I'm your host today, Danny Boy or Danny, with my co-host.
Carlos, aka Bubba. Damn, that was fast.
I know I did that really
Holy
fast.
crap!
I have gotten to the
Damn,
I have gotten used to it to the point that it
you
goes
sounded
very
like a
fast.
freaking robot.
I know.
That was funny.
Man, oh man, last week was a very long week for me just to get things out to you guys and everything. That's our YouTube. You guys didn't see none of the WWE stuff.
Yeah,
TikTok did, on the other hand.
too bad, huh?
Yeah, because WWE is
Yeah.
very sensitive with their content on YouTube,
Oh,
so
delicate.
it puts me in a very tricky situation there with that. But a lot went on this week and this weekend, um, especially with WWE, with the NFL draft. A lot of big headlines happened on the NFL draft.
Yeah.
But before we get into all that, remember to like, comment, subscribe, share with family and friends. Let's keep growing this amazing community on YouTube and TikTok. It is very much growing, and I very much appreciate all of you guys that follow and subscribe.
Where are we gonna go? WWE.
Yeah, I got to catch my breath.
Raw.
Yeah, I got to catch. Damn,
You're going
I
too
went too
fast there,
fast. I went too fast on
and you
that one.
didn't even drink no Red Bull.
I know.
Damn.
But yeah, the first thing what we're gonna talk about today is gonna be Raw after WrestleMania.
That was a pretty good one.
Yep, to kick off the night, John Cena talked about blah 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 this, blah 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 that.
Yeah, I
Ruining
didn't agree
wrestling.
with him.
Yeah.
Saw a couple of things, but
Ruining wrestling. That he's gonna be the last true champion. The lineage of that title is gonna be gone after he takes it with him.
he could take it with them. They're just gonna do another one. I mean,
I guess for storyline's sake, I guess. I
what
guess
do
you
you
could
think?
say
They're not replaceable, or what?
I know, huh? I guess, like, for storyline's sake, I guess if you take it with you, the lineage is gonna be gone. Even though I'm pretty sure the title that they're gonna make is gonna be called the WWE Championship.
Yeah, it will.
So,
It's gonna be the same thing, but different type of belt, probably.
you know what that's giving me, right? That's giving me CM Punk 2015 ish,
Yeah, yeah,
2015 ish,
exactly. They're
Money
just.
in the Bank.
It looked like they're just repeating, huh?
Yeah, Money in the Bank when he went off, when he beat Cena, went off,
Yeah,
took the title with him,
yeah,
came back like months later.
yeah.
Not even a month, probably like that Raw.
They're just doing a repeat of everything.
Yeah,
Yeah,
honestly.
yeah. That's how they're doing.
I mean, it's good for right now, but
Yeah, but the way he's acting and talking is like kind of ridiculous
yeah,
because this was way before WrestleMania,
yeah.
and now it's just like he's actually just a repeat.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's how he is. Just a
Um,
repeat.
but the thing is, like, I'm just happy that he's appearing a little bit more.
Yeah.
You know, like, at least he appeared on Raw.
Well, he appeared more than the last champion we had.
What do you mean? Cody Rhodes did.
No, the other one before Cody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Roman. Yeah, I was about to say Cody Rhodes is.
No, Cody was always around.
He put in the work. But no. He said all that, and I guess he has a challenger for Backlash, Randy Orton,
Randy.
doing the rivalry that's been going on for many years.
I think Randy
Many
is too
decades.
good for Cena, but yeah,
Um,
we'll wait and see.
Backlash is going to be very exciting. But yeah, no, he RKO'd him and he made his
Twice,
yeah.
right?
Well, on Raw he RKO'd him once.
Yeah.
He sent a message
What
there.
was the other one? On what?
It was on SmackDown.
On
But we'll get to that.
Yeah.
When we get to that.
Yeah, that's a different story.
But no, yeah. Honestly, that's a rivalry that's been going on for many years.
Yeah.
That's awesome that we're finally seeing it on John Cena's last ride.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be interesting.
So maybe everybody that John Cena ran with before,
Yeah.
he probably wrestled.
Mostly
Mostly?
if they're there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, if they're there.
If they're there, I got my chair. If they're
But
there,
Batista should come.
oh my God, imagine.
Well, not no more.
But I think he's done with wrestling.
Well,
now.
not he's not gonna be as big no more.
Yeah. And then also he's done with wrestling.
Yeah,
so
he
it's
is.
just like it doesn't really.
From the last time, remember the last time?
Yeah, it doesn't
Yeah.
really matter. I
He
guess.
just walked out actually.
Yeah, and then after that, it was Lyra Valkyria and Becky Lynch defending their tag team, the women's tag team champion with Becky Lynch and Raquel.
That was a stupid
with Liv
switch.
Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez.
But that
okay.
was a stupid switch. They should have not even done that.
That is right, and this is where I say that. And I'm not trying to be critical and all this. This is just me watching as a fan and all that, right? This is where that I guess you could call it critical. I guess I don't care. But the thing is, right? I could tell you guys don't care about your women's tag team division.
Yeah.
Because again, you guys did this with Becky Lynch coming back at WrestleMania.
Yeah.
They winning it with Lyra. But it doesn't. It defeats the purpose when you guys take the titles right off of them right
Yeah, it
after.
made no sense.
It
Yeah, it
defeats the
made no
purpose.
sense at all.
It
Yeah.
defeats it.
Yeah.
It's like, why you guys do it?
Yeah.
There
For
was
us.
there were so many other women in the back that could have freaking tag team with Lyra.
Yeah.
That probably
Exactly.
could have held it a lot more.
Yeah, at least for about 2 weeks or a month.
Well, at least until the next pay per view.
Yeah, exactly.
Not right after WrestleMania. Um, but no, like I guess they put it right back on the Judgment Day and with Liv Morgan and Raquel.
They'll hold it for a while.
Yeah, it was a good match. But I don't know. The turn wasn't really
Yeah,
that.
it wasn't that
I don't know.
impressive.
Like,
It wasn't that impressive, not for me,
yeah.
at least.
I mean, for
You
me,
know.
like you can see it from a mile away that she's gonna turn on her.
Yeah.
But it was just like it's just like, I don't know. It just defeated the purpose for them to freaking to give them both.
Yeah.
But also, you could tell that they're not, you could tell that that they were gonna have the belts because like again like if you pay like really attention to detail, right? Uh,
Yeah.
the side place didn't change at all, and
Yeah, that's true.
that's a dead
That's
giveaway.
what we noticed.
If you really pay attention to it, if you're really one of those wrestling fans that pay attention to every little thing,
Yeah.
um,
They,
sadly that is what I
that's
do.
one of the things that they didn't change.
Yeah, sadly that's what I do.
Yeah.
Is look at everything.
Yeah.
But you know what? Liv and Lyra is Liv and Lyra. Actually, that should be a good match right there, honestly, too, for the Intercontinental one. But Liv and Raquel are a good tag team. You know, they're an actual
Yeah,
tag
they're
team.
okay.
Yeah, they're an actual
I
women's
mean,
tag
I
team.
seen better.
Yeah,
I seen better, but they're okay.
but the thing is, like in this age and everything like that, they're an
Yeah.
actual women's tag team,
Exactly.
so it makes sense. I just wish that they put in more effort towards that women's tag team division and give actual tag teams a chance.
Yeah.
But it looks like Becky and Lyra are gonna go head to head with each other in
Now you could see that coming already.
sometime in the future. You know,
Yeah.
probably Backlash, probably for the IC title. But yeah, that's all I have to say about that. You
Yeah.
know,
Well, like you said, they don't pay that much attention to them.
yeah.
And they should.
And then after that, Rooster return. Shock. I guess you could say shocking return. I guess surprising return.
He looks in better shape though
Yeah,
than
better
before.
better than he when he left.
Yeah,
You
but
know,
for me, it didn't make sense for him to come out though.
I just didn't see why he came out in in the tag
Yeah,
team division.
I don't know.
And like I just think he should
Yeah,
have came out like on a
like a singles match or
a
something.
singles
Yeah,
thing.
or make him go after somebody.
Yeah, but
Yeah, but a tag team match. Where's your partner, buddy?
tag team just doesn't make sense for me.
Yeah,
It just, but you know what? He looked very
yeah. He did the same move and everything. So.
yeah, he looked very what is it called? Very
He looked pretty buff, man. Pretty good.
yeah, no, he looked good in
He
shape.
didn't have that much weight on.
But he looked really good. They put himself in a like that fuck, what is the word? Uh like he can't get beat.
Yeah, unbeatable.
Yeah.
He's
Well,
unbeatable guy.
and we'll see if that's the route that they go.
Yeah.
And who knows if
'Cause the first time around, he was unbeatable.
yeah,
He was beating almost everybody.
yeah.
Yeah.
He and then he had that feud with Cena and
Yeah.
all that. And but we'll see if Jack Perry comes in on by his side. If anybody doesn't know who that is Lana. If she's gonna be with him on this one.
Online. Yeah.
Yeah, but only time will tell. And then after that, Stephanie Valkyr, La Primera, the Dark Angel, made her Raw debut. Um, even though she is still the women's the women's NXT champion,
Yeah.
a very good one at that. She went out she went out while Io was talking and all that, and she said she wanted to go against the best of the best.
They did a good promo.
Yes, they did a good
Yeah.
promo. These are two women that it's just like they can't. That looks like a WrestleMania match right
Yeah,
there.
it does.
Honestly,
It does. It
you
does.
know,
It actually does a main event match
yeah,
right there.
very much capable women wrestlers,
Yeah.
and they put on a show anytime they get,
Exactly.
and you could tell that their styles match each
Yeah.
other. And even though the match went on very slow,
Yeah, because
right?
they kept doing the same moves over and over again
But I think it
because
was
they
just
knew each other.
yeah, I
Yeah,
think it was just like a
and every time one of them did a move, the other one did the same thing.
yeah,
It's just like what the hell?
yeah, and I think it was
It's
just
just
like a
like
filling
wrestling
out.
a twin.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
And it's just like it was just like a filling out process, for
yeah.
them, just to get to see what they're gonna
She
do.
did good though.
Yeah, no, for
The
sure.
NXT champion, she did real good.
Yeah, Stephanie Valkyrie, like
Yeah.
she's becoming one of my favorite wrestlers to watch right now
Hmm.
in the women's division because it's just like she has such a good wrestling background and
Yeah. And of course they
wrestling
got
moves and all that.
interrupted though.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Roxanne being
Miranda,
Roxanne,
Julia.
yeah, being Roxanne,
Yeah.
attacked Julia and Roxanne attacked Mio Sky and Valkyrie.
And, and here comes the rescuer.
Yeah, Rhea came in, rescued them, and even though we had like a little bit of a stare down with Julia
Yeah.
and Ripley, and that would be a good match also.
Yeah, that would be
You
a
know,
good match. But I don't think Ripley will want to waste her time.
yeah. Honestly, all these women in the ring right now, right, that happened,
They're all
like you
good.
could tell, like these are WrestleMania talent
Yeah.
type of superstars
You know
and
what they should
women
have,
champions.
huh? They should have an all women's WrestleMania.
Yeah.
I bet you they can.
No, you know what the rumor
Uh,
is? You know what the rumor is? Evolve is gonna come back. No, Evolution.
Evolution.
Evolution, the all women's pay per view is gonna come back.
That'd be nice to
So
see.
that'd be awesome. You know, give the
Because they got WWE, NXT, then they just acquire AAA whatever wrestling,
AAA.
AAA wrestling. Look at that, and TNA.
Yeah,
That's a lot of women, dude.
yeah. And I think like Evolution Part Two, I guess
Yeah,
that you could say. Like it will really show light on the women's
on the
division
women's division. Yeah,
because it is like WWE has one of the strongest women's divisions on like in wrestling
yeah,
in any promotion. But yeah, that's what happened with that match. It was good, like the interference and all that. Even the match itself, it was awesome.
exactly.
And then Jey Uso came out, did his celebration.
Uzi
Honestly, it's great to see Jay just go out there and be the champion. It looks
then
really
with
good on
his
him.
brother.
Yeah,
Then Sammy, I thought he was hurt, but I guess not.
even though like he got a lot of backlash for them putting the title on him.
Yeah, he did.
And this is where I say that wrestling fans are never satisfied. Again, some of the wrestling fans wanted him to have the title on him, and then some of them didn't.
Yeah,
And then when they did, everybody turned on him, and it's
that's
just
crazy, huh?
yeah. Well,
That's crazy.
the crowd didn't,
Yeah,
but like people online did and all that.
yeah. Well, people that don't
Yeah,
matter.
people that just don't really.
That's messed up.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. You can say that about our opinions and all
Yeah,
that, so
yeah,
it
that's
doesn't
all our
really
opinion.
matter.
That's
And
nobody.
it's
That's
just
ours.
opinion based.
That's ours.
I think Jey Uso is gonna be a very good champion.
Yeah.
You know, but you know what
I
I
hope they
do?
keep it on for a long time, though.
Yeah,
I hope so.
but you do know what I do wish that they would do is because his catchphrase is the one that's really getting him like okay like let's get away from the catchphrase a little bit
Yeah.
and let's go more into you with the promo skills and all this and
Yeah.
that because like I'm not gonna lie
He's pretty shy, dude, though.
yeah
Huh?
like
He is
but
kind
the
of
thing
shy.
is being a champion you need your promo skills to
Well,
be
that's
up
what I'm
there.
saying. Yeah. He needs like a Sami Zayn to be next to him.
Yeah, but you know what he reminds me of a little bit with Roman Reigns because you know how he had troubles.
Roman's the same way.
Like in the
Yeah.
beginning he
Yeah.
had troubles with his
What
promo.
they need to be like Jacob.
Yeah,
That's how they supposed
or
to be.
even Jimmy.
Or Jim. Yeah.
They're both good on the mic, and
Yeah.
that's just damn.
Exactly. But they don't got that Mike um persona, I guess.
Yeah, it's just something that they
Because
just
you
have to
could
work
see
on.
on Jay takes a while
Yeah,
before he says anything.
and then also this like the catchphrase is like the eating is all good and everything that, but it's just like it takes too long.
Yeah.
And just like get to the promo.
Yeah.
But I honestly want to know what you're gonna say. You know?
Yeah, but even though with that he still takes long.
Yeah, and then like especially like if you're gonna have like that's where like the Gunther match didn't pick like the Gunther feud didn't pick up
Yeah.
right until like the last few weeks.
Until the end, almost the end. Yeah.
Yeah, but like going like I guarantee you that he's gonna go up against Seth Rollins, and like
Yeah, he probably will,
you
huh?
have to be able to carry a
Yeah.
promo with them,
Yeah.
and it's just like, and I'm
Yeah,
pretty
because
sure he
Seth
should.
is good, man.
Yeah, he is a revolutionary. He is a
Yeah.
visionary. But yeah, that's what that is. It was just a celebration for Jimmy. Zammy came out, his brother came out, celebrated with them, and
Yeah.
yeah. And then Gunther lost his shit.
Yeah.
pardon
Good night,
my
McAfee.
pardon my language, but uh he he went out there, put his hands
But
on
that's
Michael
what I
Cole.
don't understand when Gunther was doing that to McAfee. Why didn't they let their guys help McAfee since they couldn't?
Yeah,
They couldn't take Gunther out.
yeah,
Then they have the girl. They had a girl referee trying to pull Gunther's arm. Yeah, okay.
yeah,
Yeah, you're not strong. You're not Jordan Grace. Sorry.
yeah.
Yeah.
But you know what? I could see Pat McAfee versus Gunther.
Yeah, me too.
Because you gotta remember, Pat
That's it.
McAfee is a wrestler
Yeah.
and a pretty good one at that. He's pretty solid. He's pretty solid in the ring.
Yeah, but
Um,
he got laid out.
yeah, or somebody has to go out there, Gunther. You know,
Somebody has to.
we'll
Somebody
see what
will.
event. Yeah,
Maybe Michael Cole.
and then Dominic Mysterio versus Penta versus for the Intercontinental Championship. It was a good match.
You know what I don't get about Dominic?
Mm.
He hates his dad so much, right? Like on the wrestling.
Yeah,
He hates him so much. So why does he use his move?
he's a Mysterio.
Yeah, but still, you hate your dad. Why are you gonna use the same move?
Oh, it's because it's just like I guess you could say
I mean, if I hated my dad, and I wouldn't use his move,
I mean,
right?
or you could use it just to get to just in spite of him, because if he tells you not to, you're gonna do it.
Yeah,
Yeah, it could go
yeah. I
that
don't
route.
think he should.
I mean,
I don't think he should. You know why? Because I don't even know what his move is.
609.
Well, they shouldn't be his. It's his dad, right? Then he got some Eddie Guerrero's move. Yeah, it shouldn't be.
Well, that's
So he can't make up his own move.
I don't. Well, the thing is, you got to remember, you're gonna see the same moves in wrestling no matter what.
Yeah,
Every move is gonna be borrowed off of anybody.
but
You're not gonna see the same
it's
move.
nice to come out with a new one.
Yeah, but that's hard to do.
Huh?
That's hard to do
Because
because
it's not hard to break somebody's ankle.
no, not that,
Oh.
not hurt them. Because that's where you're gonna get a reputation of you're not good to work with.
Kurt Angle used to do it.
Not actually break their ankle.
Yeah, they did.
Not really.
Yeah.
It's kayfabe.
A couple of them.
Well, some of them they did. I'm not gonna
Yeah.
lie. Some of them he did, but like most of them didn't. But no, it's for Dominic, it's just like that's his birthright. Honestly,
Yeah.
that's his birthright to have his moves, and rightfully so. But no,
But he
you
won
can
the
see.
championship pretty good though.
Oh yeah, no, he won it.
That was crazy.
He took advantage,
Yeah.
and that's awesome.
Yeah, he
But-
was wide open then.
Yeah, but the thing is, right? You can see that Dominic is getting really good in the ring. Like he doesn't need the Judgment Day.
You know what I noticed that too, that he's bringing in Penta's family.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's what he shouldn't go that far.
yeah, but
that makes it more interesting.
yeah, but that's what wrestlers are do. That's what wrestlers do. They work the story. They do anything.
Well,
to
that's
do
the
it.
story they give him to do.
Yeah.
Right.
Or they work it themselves also.
Yeah.
So it's just like that's what they do. But no, but like putting Penta with Dominic, it just like it makes Dominic look a little bit better too.
Yeah.
Because like being in the ring with Penta for like a guy who had many years on in wrestling and has the experience, like of course you could go. You're gonna have a good match with Dominic, who has what like 3
I think
years?
he should take the title away from him.
Yeah.
If he can.
Because what like Dominic has like what 3 years now,
I don't know.
maybe more.
I don't know.
I could be wrong. I don't know how long he has.
I don't remember. Dude.
I forgot when he debuted.
I mean, he's doing pretty good.
Yeah.
I mean, he's doing pretty good.
Well, he did. He's doing good enough to have the Intercontinental Championship around his waist.
Yeah.
So yeah.
But not to say anybody's better than him, but to tell you the truth, Logan Paul is better than him.
no,
Yeah, dude. I think he is.
hell no, dude.
Yeah.
Like, I would say Logan Paul is a good athlete. He is.
He's a good athlete. That's the only person I think he's better.
He looks comfortable in the ring. He does.
Yeah, he
and
does.
everything like that.
Now he does.
But it's just like I don't know, man.
Yeah.
And that's a whole thing that I'm gonna get into later because I'm really mad about it, and most wrestlers are too. Because I don't know.
Who's that?
That whole situation is.
Who's that?
But yeah, no. But the end of that match, Dominic retained by interference by JD McDonough.
Well, you're gonna see that a lot though.
JD helping him out.
But
JD,
it's good to see him back though.
Yeah, JD is back from his injury. Good to see him back.
Yeah.
But you could tell Finn Balor didn't know about that.
Yeah.
And you could tell off of that Finn Balor is losing control, and he's not in the know of like what's going on with the Judgment Day and all that.
They're not telling him anything.
So it's gonna be interesting what's gonna happen there.
He's not good in the Judgment Day anyway.
I think he needs
I
to.
mean, he should just turn it around and
I think he needs a face turn and everything
yeah.
like that. You know.
Now he does, huh?
Yeah. The last thing is Seth Rollins came out and explained like what kind of explained like what happened. CM Punk came out, tagged him. This is normal stuff. He has
Yeah.
honestly just attacked
Well,
him
it's
and
just almost the same
like
thing that
that.
happened before WrestleMania, except one person.
Yeah. But no. CM Punk just loves to get current stop all the time. It looks like it. And then Roman Reigns came out, and then the Equalizer with Braun Breaker. That it looks like he's gonna join.
He should
Seth
because
Rollins
I
and
see him.
Paul
I
Heyman.
see him there. I see
Yeah.
him with them.
Like I said, he's a potential world champion, and honestly, I think they should put the world championship on him like one of these years soon.
Maybe on both of them. Do you imagine that?
That'd be something. I can see Seth Rollins taking the world heavyweight
Yeah.
champion, and then Braun Breaker taking the WWE championship.
Right. Imagine that. Oh
And I
my
say,
God.
and I say,
That
put it
look
on him.
crazy, huh?
Yeah, I say, put him on him. Put him on him. I
And
think
whoever else get the tag team or the other one.
that,
Yeah, American or whatever.
like I said, Braun Breaker. I think he deserves a title run in the big title run.
You know why? Because I haven't seen a group like this get all well a long time ago. Yeah, with Triple H get all the titles.
Yeah,
Yeah, I haven't seen that in a long time.
yeah. Well, with Evolution and
This will be
then
good.
all that, yeah. But we'll see what happens with that and just see what transpires about that. You know,
But
uh,
Breaker, he's going good. He's going a smart way.
I like I said, I see Braun Breaker being a world champion sooner rather than later.
Yeah,
Because it's just like might as well put it on him like very soon than
exactly.
right there. Because like he's not gonna get any younger, and he is young. He's a
Yeah.
very young wrestler.
Oh no, yeah, he is.
Yeah, but like the potential there, and then like
Exactly.
he's achieving a lot
Yeah.
again. But that's just like
And
genes with
and he like hurting people.
yeah, I know. But it's just like but that's just on the case of like the Steiner blood in him, and that's just what it is.
He sure does have it.
Yeah,
Take that.
we're Rick Steiner and Big Papa
Yeah.
Pump. But going on to SmackDown. Oh well, Raw was pretty good. That was one of the best shows after WrestleMania.
Yeah, that was a good show.
Best
Yeah.
show after that.
Yeah.
So
I give it an
they
A.
get pretty good.
I give it an A.
Yeah. The champ is here. Yeah. John Cena did the whole random theme. It's the same thing every single goddamn day.
Which was this one, SmackDown?
Yeah.
No.
SmackDown. It's
Is it?
SmackDown. Yeah.
What's his name was there?
No, he wasn't.
Oh.
But Cena does that.
Oh yeah.
Giving parenting advice.
Yeah, it's the same thing over and over again.
Yeah. Giving parenting advice.
Oh yeah, that's the only difference that he was really going after the fans.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cena.
I didn't think he should do that, but
I mean, it's his character. It's his character.
What if
That's
he
what it
runs
is.
into a big ass fan dude and he goes in there?
Well, he is a wrestler.
What are you talking about, my son?
Yeah.
And he goes in there. Dude.
Security.
Oh shit.
Security.
He'll catch him before, huh?
Yeah. Security, and then you think Cena's not gonna throw a punch? He will throw a punch.
Yeah, but I really shouldn't. He shouldn't go that way.
Yeah.
That's for me. That's the wrong route to go.
I mean,
That's wrestling, though.
again. I see it like he's playing a heel. That's what he does.
Yeah.
That's what heels do. They point out things. And
Yeah,
that's
they
just what
do.
it is. And he's a very good one at that.
I mean, he's a loser too. So, I mean, he goes good with the fans.
Mhm.
He says the fans are losers. So, what do you think the fans think about him
Yeah.
now? Right now.
Yeah.
Yeah. See.
But the thing
Not
is,
before. Not before, because everybody loves Cena.
but the thing is,
Yeah. But now it's
towards
just
the
like,
end of his career, they started loving
it's
him.
just like Hulk Hogan. Look at what happened with him.
Yeah.
Then he turned and nobody liked him. Then he turned, everybody liked him.
Here's the thing, though. This is the thing. This is why I'm never gonna compare Cena to Hulk Hogan. Hulk
Well,
Hogan.
he shouldn't because the Hulk Hogan's way bigger than him.
First off, Hulk Hogan, he's bad on fucking camera and off of it. He's just a bad person,
Yeah.
to be honest with you. A lot of allegations came out. And this
Oh
and
no,
that.
yeah.
So
But he was still better than him back then,
he
though.
played a bad guy off in there, and this and that, off and off on the camera.
You know what? They should have had that happen.
Yeah, and
John
that's.
Cena and Hulk Hogan. That would have been cool.
I mean, that would be a
How
dream.
about
match,
now,
to be
John
honest.
Cena and Hulk Hogan?
No. You think anybody wants to see Hulk Hogan?
Hulk Hogan. No, well, he's too fragile anyway.
Yeah, and nobody wants to see him.
No,
They made very
Not no
sure.
more.
They made very sure about that in Saturday Night Main Event.
I mean, they announced his bear and all that, and you'll think that he'll come, huh? because of this beer and all that. But no,
Well, look at a Saturday night main event. They booed the shit out of him.
yeah, they did.
And anywhere that he's gonna go, they're gonna boo him. Like he's not gonna be a fan favorite because nobody's gonna forget what happened, what he did, and what he did was wrong. So he doesn't. Like, I don't show him no respect.
Yeah,
I don't show him no kind of respect
yeah.
for what he did.
Why
Good,
not? Well, if he screwed himself up.
good wrestler and all that, but
Well, was
yeah, don't get me. Doesn't,
was nobody doesn't even care no more.
yeah. Anyways, we got off topic, but no, well, Cena and Randy Orton talked and all that, and just kind of just confirming the match for um for Backlash, and Randy Orton gave him an RKO again,
Again,
again.
that shit must not feel good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we'll see what Backlash.
Well, he
comes in.
kind of asked for it this time again.
Yeah.
Again.
Yeah, and it looks like we got the first call up from NXT. Praxium versus Las Garza.
They didn't win, did they?
They did win. They did win their SmackDown debut.
But it wasn't for titles. Huh? Nothing.
Well,
They
Las
didn't.
Garza.
Oh, they didn't fight titles. Huh?
No, well, Las Garza, one of those teams that just throw away.
Yeah.
But no, Praxium looked pretty good, and I can't wait to see what they do on the SmackDown main roster.
No, the title new thing.
No. Street Profits are the title
Street
holders
Profits?
for that. And
Yeah.
here's the thing, though. I think Praxium should have went to Raw more than SmackDown because Raw needs a lot more help with the tag team division than SmackDown does.
Yeah.
Just because like SmackDown has Motor City Machine Guns, the DIY, Street Profits, Las Garza. Even though Las Garza is like one of the throwaway
But I
ones.
think champions should stay champions until probably the summer
Yeah.
or somewhere like that.
I mean, Street Profits had the titles
For a long
for a
time.
long time now.
They actually should have it almost a whole year.
Probably like for a month or something like that.
They should have it for the whole year. But they won't do that. They'll get it. The new guys will get it.
They could lose it at Backlash, but
Well, yeah.
but we don't know the match for Backlash. But yeah, no, Fraxium and all that, they're a very capable team of being champion, on SmackDown and all that, and they look pretty good against Las Garza. So that was a pretty good match. Tiffany versus Cargill. Jesus.
Stephanie looked good.
Tiffany really looked good.
She looked good. She did a real good job.
Yeah, like she didn't back down from
Nah,
Jade Cargill.
Nuh-uh.
Yeah.
Even though she was like about 3 feet bigger.
Yeah, that is true.
She looked giant, man, next to her.
Yeah. It's just I don't know, man.
Tiffany made it look good.
Yeah.
You know, size-wise.
Size-wise,
They're like, holy crap.
it's just like the same height and everything.
But she still held her own.
Yeah, she held her own, and
Yeah.
like Tiffany is very capable of being that
She
champion.
ain't scared of nobody, dude.
Yeah.
Nobody.
And that's why she's the champion. That's why she's.
Oh no, yeah.
That.
Yeah.
And then especially after she got the boost off of beating Charlotte Flair.
Yeah.
So.
Right.
It's only up from here for Tiffany.
Yeah,
You know?
it is.
She
But
has.
I see a fadeaway
Yeah.
at 3. I could see it.
Oh, and Nia Jax.
I could see it with Cargill and Naomi and her.
Yeah, and Nia Jax made her return.
Oh, Nia Jax at the end.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess she's gunning for Tiffany again. You know.
Oh my God, that shit must have hurt Tiffany, dude.
Yeah.
When she got hit by the from behind.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
That is true. And then the bloodline and all this and that, they were talking and all that. Jacob Fatu just keeps showing that he's a fan favorite now, and he's improved, and then he's really good on the mic.
Yeah, but he's gonna beat up Solo.
Yeah,
he's gonna beat him up. He's gonna get to him. Watch.
You could tell that he got annoyed when Solo was saying all that.
Yeah,
that is because
I
of
said
him.
run, Solo.
Yeah, like I said, you could tell that he got annoyed because Solo was trying to take credit for everything that he accomplished.
Yeah,
and that's just not the
he
case.
He gave him everything.
Yeah,
yeah.
But you know what? That I don't love you Solo is gonna hit a lot harder when that happens.
It is, huh?
You know.
Damn.
Yeah. But like Jacob Fatu Solo, you better get in where you fit in before you.
Yeah, exactly, because Jacob ain't messing around.
Exactly. And then that was a whole segment with LA Knight and Drew McIntyre and all that. Yeah.
McIntyre is just like, why, dude, why?
Yeah. And here's the match that I was very much surprised that they were gonna do. I didn't know that they were gonna do this, and this is like one of the things that was very surprising. Chelsea Green versus Zelina Vega for the United States Women's Championship.
Yeah, that was a good one.
It was a good one.
That's a good one.
And then at the end of the match, it was just Zelina Vega got the win. Mostly because Chelsea Green I guess security guards
Security.
left and all that.
Yeah, her agents.
Yeah. But yeah, no. Chelsea Green. I want to say you were a very entertaining champion.
Yeah, she was, but she wasn't getting the attention.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But now, rightfully so, Selena Vega is now the women's
And see what happens to her now.
United States.
Yeah.
It's a long time coming.
Yeah.
And I am happy that they gave
Since
Zelina
Puerto
Vega.
Rico when she tried it.
Yeah, when she tried to go for the big one.
Yeah.
And she could have won it.
Yeah, she could have.
But I'm happy that WWE pulled the trigger on giving Zelina Vega a belt, and now we'll see what she does.
Yeah.
Hopefully, she has a good reign.
The only problem with Selena is she's just small.
Yeah, but
she could wrestle though.
Yeah.
But she's just small. And Green, she just turned away her attention from Selena.
Yeah.
And she paid the price.
Yeah. Aleister Black made his appearance after
Yeah, he's scary.
Yeah, no, he is.
Yeah.
After Miz cut a promo that was a very, very true promo, and I understand where he's getting from. But yeah, no, Aleister Black made his return. He looks scary as always.
Yeah.
That kick looks devastating.
Yeah. It's crazy, huh?
Made him look good on his return.
It did.
And then next week on,
I like to see him and Rusev.
Yeah, no, huh?
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Yeah, next week on SmackDown is gonna be the Miz and Aleister Black. So.
Oh, poor Miz. Poor Miz.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like that's
Aleister's probably pissed off from AEW.
I know. Huh? And then LA Knight versus Drew McIntyre, which ended up on a DQ.
Yeah.
With Damian Priest coming in. And,
Damian Priest, man, you gotta give it up, dude.
Yeah.
You get knocked out every time you try something.
Yeah.
I mean.
But yeah, that's what happened. I see a fatal 4-way with Drew McIntyre, LA Knight, Damian Priest.
Yeah.
And Jacob Fatu.
Yeah.
I guess that's not a fatal 4-way. That's like that's something else. But I can see
all of them all together.
Yeah.
Well, they should do that. Tables, ladders, and chairs.
Like a ladder match.
And hang the belt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A ladder match for that title.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Yeah. And then the last one, which was a freaking great main event. Honestly, okay, this is where it is, right? This should have been the match for WrestleMania instead of the New Day and the Viking Raiders.
I didn't see this one.
The Viking Warriors.
I didn't see this one.
The War Raiders, my bad.
Yeah.
Fucking hell. Okay, let me give you a little bit of an insight that why picking the Viking, the War Raiders, right? Got the spot instead of the Street Profits and Machine Gun and DOY. You want to know why? Because the War Raiders fit the sponsorship for WrestleMania.
Oh, yeah.
That's the only reason why they got the spot.
Oh.
It was mediocre at best.
Yeah.
It was good.
Yeah.
Just not good enough like this match that came up on SmackDown. This should have been
this one. I didn't see this one.
I saw clips of it and I saw all that. It was amazing.
Was it? Because they're all high flying.
Exactly. Right? And they gave you a lot. Yeah. And you know what? They put off a spot.
Even the big guy, what's his name? From Profit.
Yeah, even freaking
what's his name? I forgot his name, but he's a good guy. He's a good wrestler.
Yeah, Hawkins.
Yeah, Hawkins. Is it Hawkins?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. I think so.
Yeah, but even though he's big, but he still could do the moves.
Exactly. He's a very good one. It was very there was a lot of good spots in that match. Angelo Dawkins, I mean.
Yeah.
It was a very good match, and there was a lot of good spots on there. They even did I think they even did the spot that Christian and Edge did with the Hardys and all that.
Yeah.
I think that's what they did. But no, it was a good match. This should have been on Mania, and it should have went.
And they retained.
Yeah, and the Street Profits retained.
Dude, that's what I'm telling you, dude. They're not even paying attention what they put on WrestleMania.
Exactly, because
they could have did better.
This should have been a WrestleMania match.
Yeah, they could have did better.
But this was a good match to end off SmackDown, and SmackDown in a whole was a very good show.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Exactly. I don't know. Sometimes they make big mistakes, dude.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah. Then they regret it later on.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. But yeah, no, that was the match that should have been on the Mania card.
Yeah.
And, but you could tell that they just don't pay attention to that.
No, they don't.
Okay, here is some wrestling news that has came out, and I think you guys have seen it for wrestling fans and all that with Karen Cross and his pipe bomb, because that was not scripted. That was him actually talking for himself. But like most of the things on that show, like wrestlers say what they want to say
Yeah.
on that show. So yeah, and then even the Miz did it on SmackDown. But this is where I fully agree with them. Guys who don't pay their dues, that don't put in the time and effort to be on every show, be on house shows, put in the time in the indies, or even on NXT, or even on Evolve or LFG. They're those two things, the new ones that came out. They shouldn't they shouldn't get the time. They shouldn't get WrestleMania matches. They shouldn't get pay-per-view matches. And this is the thing, right? Logan Paul, you are an amazing athlete. You would look comfortable in that ring and you look a natural. But what did you do to deserve a WrestleMania match?
Nothing.
Nothing.
Nothing at all.
Nothing.
Nothing.
They inserted you against a fucking great, a legend, a future legend in AJ
They
Styles.
just made a legend look bad.
Exactly.
That's all they did.
And I could tell you this, AJ Styles, if he really wanted to, he will run circles around
you. Oh no, yeah. He could have beat him a long time ago.
Yeah.
If he
Because
wanted to.
he has experience and he has many years on him. And you know what? In that match, AJ Styles looked very much weak.
Yeah, he did. He did.
Yeah.
He wasn't the same like how he used to be, but that's what they told him to be.
Yeah.
You know, because he's not like that.
Make Logan Paul look good.
Yeah, make him look good. Yeah. But that's where all the problems come in. When you give somebody like that a main event spot, well, there's other people.
Exactly.
That's been there for years.
But you know what, WWE, you guys go more for viral moments than you do for wrestling matches.
Yeah. Yeah, they do.
That's what I'm gonna say right now.
Yeah, they don't care.
Sometimes
they don't really care about
wrestling.
Any superstars they got.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because starting back in the 80s, I guess like back in the 80s, they were getting that's where it started, when they started putting in singers, boxers, rappers, all kind of media people, you know, newscasters,
Yeah.
sportcasters, and all this stuff. That's where it started.
Yeah.
You know,
And
just to get into the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, and the thing is, right? Like I understand, like money is everything, revenue is everything, views are everything. But the thing is, right? That's where like WrestleMania. I'm not gonna lie, except for a few matches, WrestleMania fell a lot short. It fell short. It didn't do good.
It did. But what I don't understand, right? You see all these main guys in the main rosters and girls. Then why are you paying them so much money?
Yeah.
Just to be there.
Yeah.
Just to not get a spot in WrestleMania, so you're paying $1 million.
Yeah.
I mean, okay, you want to give your money away.
And then, like I said, right, like the thing is, right, like Karen Cross said, no offense to Joe Hendry and everything like that, because he did pay his dues. He did.
Well, no, but Joe Hendry is not the same as Logan Paul.
Yeah.
Because Joe Hendry has been around.
But the thing is that he's been around, and that's the thing. But the thing is, right, he hasn't been on WWE programming.
Yeah. Yeah.
Except for NXT. But not still, the main roster.
Still, he's still been around.
Oh yeah,
and he's been wrestling way before Logan Paul.
But the thing is, I feel like Karen Cross could have had that spot.
Yeah, he could have.
He could have had that spot. Him and AJ could have had that spot.
Yeah.
To face Randy. Yeah. Or you know what? He could have had the spot with AJ Styles.
So what I'm thinking, Logan Paul has a contract that is guaranteed.
Yeah.
Spots and main event.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
You know what? We're gonna pay you this much money. You don't have to wrestle but main event, pay-per-views, and you're gonna have one spot.
Yeah.
And that's it.
Yeah. But
and show up in SmackDown and Raw when we need you.
Yeah. Actually, you know what? I take back the Joe Henry one because that was pretty entertaining. I kind of did like it.
Yeah, it was.
But you know what? You know what I didn't like about that match in particular? Like it kind of showed that, like, even though TNA didn't see it this way, it kind of showed that, like, yeah, your guys are not better than our guys.
Yeah.
Even though I feel like Joe Hendry could have put up a little bit more of a fight, at least go 30 minutes with Randy.
Or something, huh?
Yeah, that went like 19.
Yeah.
But no, they put on a good show at least.
Yeah.
But the only thing I do have a problem with is that Logan Paul thing.
I think that
was the big one.
I think that's the main problem.
Yeah.
That's the main problem.
Because like Karen
with
Cross
everybody
said,
with Logan Paul.
Yeah, because like Karen Cross said, maybe he should have made a YouTube channel, had million views, and then maybe he would have got on
Yeah.
WrestleMania.
And same thing like Bailey. Bailey said almost the same thing.
Yeah,
Like him.
dude. The
Yeah.
thing is, right? It's just like you, like with Bailey, right? You went through all this with Lyra. You guys went through this gauntlet, but then at WrestleMania,
He got pulled.
you got pulled.
And after all that you did
Yeah,
for nothing.
and then you're not injured.
Yeah.
They had to.
No, she wasn't injured.
They had to
Yeah.
make that
They just
storyline
made it up. Yeah.
just for Becky Lynch to get that, and then
Yeah.
just for Becky Lynch and her to lose it the next night. So it did. So it didn't make sense.
Yeah. That was stupid though. That was stupid. They do some stupid moves, dude.
Here is the thing. Here is the bottom line. Right here. Right. And this goes more to the Logan Paul and everything like that. Right. If you don't put, if you're a wrestler, if you don't pay your dues, if you don't go to every house show, every taping, if you didn't work yourself on the indies, or hell, even go through the WWE developmental stage like Evolve or
Yeah.
LFG,
Yeah.
if you didn't go through any of those or the indies, you
Yeah.
shouldn't get a main event spot at Mania,
Or any pay
or
per view.
or any pay per view.
Yeah.
You shouldn't get pushed.
Or you should get it. You should get in when there's a fatal four or whatever.
Yeah, because
Like
these
that. Go through that. Then or a tournament, go through that. Then you'll we could see that okay, you're worth it.
because these
You know?
wrestlers that's been here for more longer, that sacrificed more longer,
Yeah.
that missed out on funerals, missed out on freaking holidays and special moments,
Yeah.
they're not getting paid their
They're not
dues,
getting they're gonna yeah.
and they're getting pushed to the side for somebody who's not there all the time, who's
But
just there for views.
that's what I'm telling you that WWE they made a special contract for him.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And the bad thing is, he is a good talent. He is a capable wrestler.
Yeah.
He's just not there all the time.
But he don't deserve it.
He don't deserve
He
main
doesn't
events or
deserve it.
pay per views.
Not like all these wrestlers wrestle all week long, different places, and not to get picked.
Exactly.
I mean, come on.
Exactly.
Like watch him backlash. What's gonna happen?
Yeah.
What's gonna happen?
You see, the thing is, right? Karen Cross, right? They had this whole thing with him and AJ Styles going through the whole WrestleMania.
Yeah.
Right. Sure. It may have involved more things about Logan Paul and all that you can't let him win and this and that. Right. But that was a match right there. Karen Cross versus freaking AJ at Mania.
Yeah.
And they would have put on a great match.
Or they would have put Karen Cross against Logan.
No, that's what they're gonna do. Probably at Backlash.
Yeah. Now.
Him and Karen Cross.
Yeah.
But what are you gonna make Karen Cross do? Lose.
Yep. They're gonna make him lose. Yep. So, and that's why Karen Cross is saying, "I'm not gonna lose. I don't care what you."
Yeah.
Yeah. They could do that.
Dude, it's just
and deal with that later.
Yeah, it's just so annoying that wrestlers that been putting in the time and effort, putting their whole lives for this,
Dude,
is
yeah.
getting pushed to the side.
Dude, it's just like his brother, right? They already caught on what his brother's doing.
Yeah.
I mean, come on. You don't want to fight. You don't want to fight professionally. You just want to fight people that are retired, like years and years of retirement.
Because he knows he can't fight an actual
And
boxer.
that's why nobody's paying attention.
And when
to him.
he did with Tommy Fury,
Yeah.
you didn't win.
Yeah. And look at you haven't heard nothing. You haven't heard nothing about him.
It's because he wanted the Canelo fight. He was Canelo was entertaining him.
Well.
Here's the thing, right? Canelo was entertaining him until he got actual fights.
Yeah. Yeah. He goes, okay, I'm gonna get paid this much. This is double, triple what you're gonna pay me. Oh yeah, forget.
Yeah.
You ain't worth it anyway.
Yeah.
Because that's like a Canelo retirement fight.
Yeah.
Like say like when he's like 45 years old.
Yeah.
Or something like that.
Yeah.
And he's running out of money. Okay, I need money now.
Yeah.
Let's go fight. What's the name?
Yeah. It's
Right?
just, I don't understand it, because sports is now looking like more viral moments. What could get the most views? What could get
Yeah.
this instead of the sport itself?
They miss out on it, huh?
Yeah.
They miss out on it.
Instead of the sport itself, standing on its own.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. Exactly.
Like wrestling and boxing are like the more things, right? It's just like they're going for more viral moments than anything else.
Exactly. And people boxers, fighters, wrestlers, they're gonna go for the more money.
Yeah.
And especially boxers. They're gonna go where the money's at.
Yeah.
You know, I'm gonna fight four guys, and they're gonna pay me this much, and you're only gonna pay me that much just for you, and you want me to lose probably, or a draw, maybe? No. I'd rather go and fight these guys.
Yeah.
In a because they're professional.
Yeah. But just to wrap everything up on this segment and all that is just I just feel like some sports is just they're not even focused on the sports anymore. They're just focused on viral
Yeah.
moments, what could get the most views, what could boost up ratings, and what could boost up money. Which is not bad, but it's just it takes away from
So that
things.
means that the wrestlers can boost up the rating.
I guess not.
That's
Because
not the
you want
way they see it, then, huh?
okay, even though like okay, let me give you an example, right? Even though AEW like they have short attendances and they don't have
Yeah.
big arenas and everything like that, but their matches are pretty damn good,
Yeah, they
right?
are.
That's what you go there for. That's what you see. That's what you get, right? If you want to see wrestling, that's where you go.
Yeah.
WWE, you want to go see viral moments and everything like that, and sometimes good wrestling matches. There you go.
The funny one, I saw one funny one last night. I don't know if you saw it. AEW was at Louis. I forgot which match it was, but it was a good one. Well, the one of the guys came in with one of those, those thumbtack little baggies, black ones. Well, they grabbed it from him because they said, "No, we're not gonna fight with thumbtacks. What's wrong with you?" Right? And it was like a street fight,
Yeah.
right? So the other guy came in and he got the bag and he went like this with it, and it was just the chains that they give for Mardi Gras. That was funny.
Oh
They looked like
man.
it's not even thumbtack.
Huh.
Yeah,
Damn.
but that shit hurt. Even the landing on them, bet you.
Yeah.
Yeah,
AEW is something else. That's
yeah.
why I love to
There's
see it.
something else.
That's why
But there's
all
there's problems everywhere.
yeah
There's problems everywhere. But AEW right now doesn't have that problem that they're putting in somebody in before another person.
yeah
No, they don't have
it's
that problem.
yeah the only problem that AEW does have is like storyline wise keeping the storyline like
Going for a long time.
yeah or like keeping continuity
Yeah,
like
yeah,
at the same page because sometimes it's just like okay this didn't happen last week
yeah,
or these two are buddy buddy but they were feuding last week
yeah.
so
Exactly.
that's the only thing they have to work on
And
but
WWE has a lot of freaking problems. They have
uh,
a lot of problems. Now
it's
they do.
it's more like the storylines are good, but like the wrestling is kind of falling short.
Yeah.
You are gonna get good wrestling matches here and there, but some of the time it's just like okay, well,
But I hope they put Karrion Cross with Logan.
but don't make him lose though.
Yeah, well, yeah, that's a problem.
You know
You're trying to
what?
fix it. You're trying to fix it, not
Yeah,
you know.
but you know what? But make him win, like have him win, but in like just complete, like have a good match, but just complete carrying cross domination.
Yeah,
Just let him freaking just go at him.
yeah. He's big.
Make him show him what a
He's
rest.
big than Logan Paul.
Yeah, make him show him what like a years of wrestling
Yeah.
does for somebody.
But Logan Paul will probably come. No, he's not. He's not good enough for me. So he'll run from good talent. He will. Yeah.
I'm sorry, but AJ Styles, they just told AJ Styles you can't fight your best.
AJ Styles, all they did is make him look weak,
Yeah,
and he's not. He's not
no,
weak.
he's a very good wrestler.
He comes from a very far
Yeah,
way back then. Dude.
yeah, but you know what? After that, though, it's just but the thing is, like, it's fine to show celebrities and all that, but it's just like don't make them the mainstay of things.
Yeah,
You know?
yeah, and that's what they do though.
Yeah, make them the
They,
mainstay.
but that's what they do.
Like you could
They make
show
them
them in
look
the
like that.
crowd, you could show them in the crowd and all that, but
Yeah,
don't let them get involved.
yeah, and they do.
Yeah.
They do. Yeah, yeah.
I
That's a
mean,
problem. That's a problem though.
like you could let them get involved to the point that like it helps the storyline,
Yeah,
but not to that they overshadow it.
exactly,
You know.
exactly.
But
Yeah,
at the end of the day, I just wish wrestling would just go back to wrestling,
yeah,
just good old
and
wrestling.
pay attention
Yeah,
to
and
your wrestlers.
yeah,
You know,
yeah,
or else you're gonna have this problem with Cross and Bailey and whoever.
yeah.
You
And then like in some instances, they would just leave to different companies, and it's just
know, well, yeah, yeah. They don't care about the money because those people don't care about the money. They care about the wrestling part.
because at the point of their career, right, they've been doing it for so long that like the money doesn't even really matter for them. It's
Yeah,
just they just want to wrestle.
exactly.
They just want to do it.
Uh huh.
But yeah, that's pretty much all the like the wrestling drama of the things.
Yeah,
Like I side with Karrion Cross and Bailey on things
I do
because
too.
I see where they're coming from.
I do too.
Yeah, because if you put so much time and effort to a passion and if somebody who doesn't deserve it gets what you're supposed to have,
Yeah,
it's it gets frustrating.
yeah. He was really frustrated,
Yeah,
like super
yeah.
frustrated.
And then on
Oh
Bailey's
shit.
instance, it's just like you just pulled her for no reason,
Yeah,
and it just
I mean, come on, her arm wasn't even hurting, man. You made her act like it was. How low can you go?
Yeah.
I mean,
No. But yeah, that's pretty much it with that one. But the last thing we're gonna talk about, and then we'll get out of your guys' hairs and all that because I know you guys are probably tired of us talking.
because it's Sunday.
It is Sunday, and I'm feeling very, very shitty.
Okay.
I feel very bad.
Okay.
Um. Oh
So
God.
how many U of A got selected to the draft? 5,
Wait.
4,
Four.
4,
Four.
4.
Wait. Okay. Hold. Let's do a quick recap here. We got. Okay. Actually, I don't have to. I could confirm it real quickly.
Ohio State. You know how many players they got selected? Guess how much they got selected?
Probably like 20.
Huh? 14.
Oh, I went too high.
14 players, dude.
Yeah.
Damn.
Well, they're a good school, man.
Yeah.
Um.
But the biggest all through the first round all the way to the fifth round was Shador Sanders.
Yeah.
That's all they talked about.
Yeah.
Shador Sanders.
Okay. Let me see.
And all me and you did is from the first round to the fifth round waited.
Pick him. Pick him.
Pick them.
Pick
Pick
him.
them.
Pick
Pick them. Pick them. And no.
No. Okay. Okay. So T Mac, right? T Mac. Um.
Carolina.
Carolina, and then we got one of our linemen,
Solvea.
Oveo. So that's two.
Two.
To Miami.
Kicker. Kicker.
Then we got our kicker to Baltimore.
Baltimore. Yeah.
Well, he didn't get. Yeah, he did get drafted.
Then a running back, you said.
And then our running back to Washington.
Oh, nice.
And then our other running back to the Bengals. So
Oh,
we
wow.
got five
dude.
five Arizona
Damn.
Wildcats got drafted.
Oh, and
or
Scatterbull. And Scatterbull.
he doesn't count.
Huh?
He's an Arizona Wildcat. He's an
Well,
Arizona.
no, they said he was from Arizona.
Fuck it, we'll claim you.
I'm sorry,
six.
Scatterbull. They're supposed to say Arizona State, not Arizona.
Yeah, but we'll happily claim you. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, we'll claim you.
We'll claim you. Don't worry
Yeah.
about it. But no. Honestly, it was good. It was a good time for Arizona players
Yeah,
to get drafted.
it was, dude.
Um,
It was fun though.
three
The
got
draft was
drafted.
fun.
3 got drafted, and 2 got signed in
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
Yeah, unrestricted free agency.
unrestricted free agency.
Yeah.
I think that's the
Like
thing that-
shallow.
Yeah.
Sanders.
But no. T Mac. He was the best receiver in the draft.
Yeah.
That's why he went as high as he did.
Yeah.
And I'm saying receiver, not 2 positions, just receiver. 1 position. Because if you're counting 2
Yeah.
if you're counting 2, then it's Travis Hunter.
No. It's just receiver.
Yeah, just receiver.
Yeah.
It was T Mac. That's why
Yeah.
he went up so high. And man, Carolina had a good draft.
Yeah.
Carolina had a good draft. They did really good.
Yeah. Everybody did pretty good, dude.
Except for the fucking Browns, dude.
Except the
don't
Browns.
fucking
The
understand.
Browns that you can't really understand why.
I am very satisfied with the 49ers pick.
Yeah.
Like their picks and all that. So
Yeah, they did good.
Yeah.
They got what they wanted.
but like you said, the headline was Shador all throughout the whole
throughout the 2 days.
all the way until like
3
the
days.
fifth.
3 days.
Yeah, going into like the 3 days.
There were so much with Shador that you didn't even care no more.
Yeah, honestly,
You
guys,
didn't even care no more.
I'm a big Shador supporter, and I really buy into like what he brings to the table.
Yeah.
But this is the thing, right? Why do you pick Dylan Gabriel if you were just gonna pick Shador in the 5th?
I think they're gonna let go of Shador. They're gonna
Hey.
trade him. They're gonna put him somewhere.
It's a possibility,
And
man.
probably Dallas.
I think if that's the case, Dallas is the place to go.
Yeah.
Or
Yeah.
the Saints.
Yeah.
Dallas or the Saints. Because Dallas.
Oh,
they
they're
need-
saying the Saints are having problems now because I think Carr, he already announced
Yeah.
about his shoulder.
So
So that would be a good place for him to go.
yeah.
To start too.
Yeah.
He probably wouldn't even have to wait on
see,
that one.
see, there was just better situations for him to go to
Yeah.
than the Browns.
Then the Browns.
Because to be honest with you guys, I hope that Shador gets a start right, and proves everybody wrong that he should have been the second quarterback off the board.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because he is a very good quarterback,
Who's that?
Shador.
Oh, Shador.
He is a very good quarterback.
But when you don't watch out how your personality and act and all that comes into account.
Yeah.
And he probably thought it didn't matter, but it did actually matter.
Yeah. It's
You know?
just the case of like I heard that he had bad interviews and just this and that, man. And
But what the problem is time to let go of that goddamn daddy. That's what it is.
Yeah.
Let go of him, or daddy has to learn to let go of him.
Yeah.
Let him do. He's a grown man. Let him do his own thing.
Yeah.
You know.
Like I understand. Like
I know you're the agent, probably. I'm
yeah.
pretty sure he's their agent. But keep it as an agent.
Yeah. I feel like I understand like parents like of course they want to see their kids succeed and everything like that, and they try to put their kid in a good position to do that. But at this some point, it's just like you gotta watch what you say because it's just like sometimes it could cost your son to go so far down. And sadly, that's just I don't know if that was the case. I don't really understand why he
Yeah,
dropped so
there
low.
was so many things and
There,
factors.
yeah, there's so
There's so
many
many
factors.
factors that you know. Then he had a prank. Then he had
Yeah,
a prank.
prank call, which is
So
stupid.
that guy took the from Sanders' tablet,
Yeah,
Shador's phone number.
yeah,
Yeah, from the dad's tablet.
yeah,
Yeah,
and that's so dumb.
yeah. It was stupid. It was
That's so
stupid.
dumb, man.
I mean, poor guy's
Um,
been waiting all this time, then to
yeah,
get a prank.
yeah. I
I
just
mean,
don't. It's like again, like I just hope he does good in the league and he proves everybody wrong.
he probably will, but he's at the wrong place.
Yeah, because again, like if it really comes down to it, if they're gonna trade anybody, right? I don't really think that they're gonna trade their number 3 pick, the third round pick, because you didn't get him in the third round for no reason,
Yeah,
you know.
yeah.
And it's just like, but like to be honest with you, like I say, let them battle it out. Because okay, this is the thing, right? Take away everything that they did in college, because right now it just matters what you guys are gonna do in OTAs and rookie training camp and training camp.
Yeah.
That's all that matters. And they'll make the decision there and
To
preseason.
start all over again.
And they'll make the decision there.
Yeah. You got to start all over
Because
again.
now it starts all over again.
Yeah.
Now you gotta prove yourself.
Exactly.
That's all it is.
But what I didn't like is when Shador was talking to the coaches and all that. Then Shador asked for the owner if he was going to talk to the owner, because you talk to the owner at the end after the coaches, the two coaches. And yeah, Shador gave the phone to Sanders to talk to the owner. That's what I didn't like. I mean, why do you got to talk? To him? I
I
don't
don't.
know. I don't see it coming out good for him right there. Where is that?
I don't think the Browns is a good situation for him.
It's not there. I don't think that. I think it's just now they got too much damn quarterback.
Yeah.
I mean,
And again, like you wasted a third. Like for me, like you wasted the third round pick, right?
so they already announced Black was the starter
Yeah. No,
until
that was
Watson comes in.
yeah.
So there goes Flacco to second string. Then after second string is Pickens.
Yeah.
Not unless Dylan could beat Pickens. Pretty sure. Right?
Anybody could be George.
Okay.
Anybody could be
So
Kenny Pickett.
it'll be Watson, uh, Flacco, then Dylan. Not unless Sh- uh,
Not unless Shador
Shador
really
could beat
shows.
him.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the only way.
Like I said, it's gonna be
Or
a
not unless he gets released before the season, like they say.
yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, they could release him,
Yeah.
and somebody could pick him up.
Yeah. Here's the thing though, like Shador could show, and that's a possibility. Um, it's gonna be a quarterback battle until they make a decision, either to have Shador go over
I
Dylan
think I think
or
he should
whatever.
go to the Saints, right?
That's where he should have went the first
He should
place.
go to the Saints because the quarterback situation, or Dallas,
Yeah.
because Dak will probably will not be there after this season,
Yeah.
and that's when Shador could go. Hey, your dad played there anyways.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah. But here's the thing though. Shador should have went to the Saints either way. But they pick a
yeah,
Louisville quarterback that has 3 injuries, that is older than him, and he probably won't work out.
yeah,
Well, you could have took a quarterback that has everything that you probably need,
exactly.
that he is probably ready, most likely ready for the NFL, and you guys would have had better chances.
So I was looking Bachelor Report. Yeah, that's how you see
Yeah.
the Shador stuff.
He's the headliner. He is the headliner.
Yeah, yeah, but you kind of get sick of it.
But they're gonna run with
Yeah.
it.
Now we got a whole freaking how many like until his dad releases him, then we're gonna see how he.
Yeah. I don't know.
But that's their agent, so like Shallow said yesterday, my dad's my agent. Our dad's been our agent, so I guess I'm gonna have to release him and get my own agent because it's not working out.
Yeah.
But it was a joke. Shallow did,
Yeah.
but you know how Shallow is. He jokes.
I really do hope Shallow
He
does
jokes
good.
around a lot.
I hope Shallow does.
Yeah, I'm hoping too.
Cause he's a
Yeah.
good player, and then like
That's gonna
he's a
show
personality.
Shador like, oh shit, my little brother's grown up before me.
Little brother.
Isn't it
This is
little brother?
older brother.
His older brother? How
Yeah,
old is he?
he's older than freaking
How old
Shador.
is he? 21 then? He got picked up right away from Tampa Bay.
Yeah. Hold on, let me see.
You know what's so funny? That was I was tripping out on is when
So Shador is 23. Shallow is 25. So 2 years apart.
Shallow's 25 and he just finished college.
Yeah.
Oh,
I think he got injured.
he's that quarterback.
Yeah. But I
Remember
think
that quarterback? What was
yeah,
that? The quarterback 25,
I
right?
think so. Yeah, 25.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's crazy. Yeah, I think that's cool. To be in the NFL.
I don't know. Age doesn't matter anymore, I guess. But
Yeah, once your body feels it.
yeah.
Yeah.
But I don't know, man. It's honestly, it doesn't matter what anybody says until like things get going and all that just gets rolling.
I just know that everybody got surprised.
Yeah, I just think Sanders could have went to a better situation than the Browns.
Well, there was a lot of quarterbacks, and we thought they were
There was a lot of quarterbacks that
gonna a
fell,
lot of quarterbacks. That fell.
but the thing
He
is,
wasn't the only one. There was
yeah,
a lot of them.
but that's only because like this was a draft that a lot of teams didn't need a
It's
quarterback.
more defensive line and offensive line
Yeah,
and safety
safeties,
and
DBs,
corners. Yeah,
all that.
yeah.
Mostly just
That's all it
DBs,
was,
man.
huh? Mostly. I noticed that
And
too.
then like a couple running backs, a
Yeah,
couple receivers.
yeah. But all teams did good though.
Yeah.
I think they got good guys.
Oh yeah, no.
You know,
But
but
but it just comes down to the point. It's just like just wait and see, and just see what happens. I'm hoping for
but
Shador to do good.
that's why other guys from college should see this and say, okay, we're not gonna do what he did because look at what happened.
Yeah,
Maybe they'll learn from this.
yeah.
You know, you're never too good. You can't act like you're better than anybody.
Here's the
You
thing.
can't because look at what happened.
Here's the thing. Right. It is okay to have confidence in yourself. It is. It is. It is okay. But when you have too much confidence that you are better than everybody else on that team, or you're better than the franchise,
Yeah,
that's what makes you undraftable.
that's too much. Yeah,
But that's
that's
what
too
makes
much.
you undraftable.
Yeah.
That's what makes you drop so low.
Oh, we saw that.
I don't know if that was the case for it, but
Dude, there was so
yeah,
much. There was a lot.
that's a lot.
There's a lot, dude. Everybody could say this and that it is, but there was too much.
Yeah,
There was too much that went on,
yeah,
and and look at what happened with the results.
yeah.
You know,
I don't know. I think
especially this guy that's supposed to go one, 2 or 3.
he was supposed to be the second quarterback
Yeah,
off the board.
yeah, and look at so whatever you say, whatever you do, or in social media, yeah, be careful because it could cost you your draft.
Yeah,
Yeah. Like Spencer, right?
yeah, that's a TV show, but yeah,
Yeah, but look at what
yeah,
happened to him.
that is true.
Yeah, he was talking with a group of guys, and he said something, and look at what happened.
Yeah, but yeah, no, that's pretty much. I just hope that Shador proves everybody wrong, and he gets the chance to do that.
I don't know, but talking, looking at him talk and Shallow and Shador and all that, they seem pretty cool to me. They look
They're
normal.
cool. They're cool
They
people.
look normal. Even Hunter was funny
Yeah,
when he was dancing.
I'm not gonna lie, that was funny.
I was just like, really? No, but did you see him dancing in the after party
Yeah,
deal? Oh my god, that shit was
I
funny.
saw him.
Yeah.
He's a funny guy, man.
And that pink fit him too.
I know, huh?
Yeah.
He's a very funny guy,
Yeah.
and he's awesome. But I really do hope the Jags use him really well. Use him very
I think
sparingly.
they'll use them both ways, but not as much as a corner
I
or
see
safety corner
I see more as a receiver than a corner.
than a corner, right? He was a corner, right?
Here's the thing, though.
But I think it's more a receiver.
Yeah, Jags need more of a either. I don't know. Jags needs a lot. I'm not gonna lie. Jags needed a lot.
But if they use him as a receiver, then Lawrence got a good big
Exactly.
big target.
Exactly. And a
Yeah,
very good one
yeah,
too.
and a good one.
I say use him at receiver most of the time. And then when you guys really need him, like down in distance or like if it's like a 4th and 1 or something like that, right? Then put him in.
Yeah.
Because he is very capable of doing that. Because now you're in the NFL, this is 18 weeks, right? Plus a bye week, right? If you go both ways all the time, your body's gonna
You're
give
gonna
out.
wear them out.
Yeah, you're
You're gonna wear them
you're
out.
gonna wear the guy
Yeah.
out. Like even though he says that he could do it, it's very
It's
gruesome.
just not the play. It's the traveling
Yeah,
and all that.
yeah,
That's what's gonna wear them out because
yeah,
they're not used to that.
yeah. But also it's
You know.
like traveling. But again, imagine going up against so you gotta like
You
going up
got
against
300 some pounds.
you're going up against the Dolphins, right? You're
Yeah.
gonna be on their best receiver. So
Yeah.
imagine going up against Tyreek Hill, right? That's fast as hell. Tyreek Hill, right? And then going back on the other side of the ball,
Yeah.
right? And then getting covered by Jalen Ramsey.
Yeah. I
How
know.
imagine
How?
that's pretty hard.
Yeah. It is.
Yeah, that's gonna
And you're
take a
gonna
toll.
run into that with a lot of guys, a lot of teams.
Yeah.
You know, because they ain't playing they ain't paying their guys that they got now for nothing.
Yeah.
I mean, they're good
I
players. They're good players.
like I said, use them sparingly, use them mostly on offense for a receiver, and then when you guys really need them, use them at corner.
See, like right now, a lot of teams already have their 53-man roster.
Oh, yeah.
They do. Like that's not a big, you know. It's like not unless you could beat out somebody
Here's the thing.
or somebody gets hurt.
Yeah, but here's the thing though. Anybody that gets drafted in the first round or the second round, right? They are for sure starters, and they're for sure getting
Well,
seen that field.
you're not gonna pay you all that money for nothing.
Exactly. You're gonna
So
get paid $4
yeah.
million for nothing.
But the sad part about it is Shador. Look at where he landed.
Yeah,
You know.
the money is not gonna be up
Yeah.
there. So
Well, he has more money than.
he doesn't have to worry about that.
But that's good. If a trade comes in, you should take it.
Yeah,
Like the Dallas Cowboys or the Saints, you should take it
yeah. I just think those are just
because he'll be a sure thing there.
yeah, those are just better fit.
Yeah, and he could be Dak's backup.
Yeah,
And Dak, he probably like I say, this is probably his last year.
yeah,
You know, and Saints, you're really going to be probably a really starter
yeah.
there.
I don't know. I just think that he should have went to a more better position or better place.
Yeah,
That would have given him a lot better of a chance.
yeah.
But even though like he could prove himself in at the Browns and all that, so
Yeah, well, he got all these camps, that are coming up.
yeah,
Then he got the preseason
yeah,
coming up.
yeah. And then they'll make their decision. Who knows? Maybe he will be Dylan Gabriel.
Yeah, well, yeah, you
You
never
never
know.
know.
You never know in the NFL. You know,
Honestly, it's a wait and see type of thing.
the only problem that I saw is the people's reaction when they drafted him.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just like, did we have for real? Did it look like that? Did we have to?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's just the thing. It's just the case is right. It's just why did you draft me if you already drafted a quarterback?
Well, and especially when you tell them we're going to draft you in this round. Yeah, they did tell them we're going to draft
Are
you
you
in
sure
this
it
round.
wasn't a prank call?
No, no, no. That was a real. No, that prank call was a friend, a player actually from Colorado. He did it good too. He did it good.
No, but I
But
heard
they shouldn't do that.
but I heard
They shouldn't do that.
but I heard when they were they posted something on TikTok that nobody had that phone. Like Boost gave him that phone, right?
Uh-huh.
Nobody had that phone number because it's a different phone than his actual
Yeah,
phone number.
but then the plus I got one in the news deal, my sports news, saying that that's where it came. TikTok is hard to believe things,
Well, it came from
right?
them. It came from their
Yeah.
actual thing. Like
Well,
it
yeah,
came from them talking about it.
yeah.
Like Shador and Shallow talking
So
about
where
it.
did they get it? Somebody must have had it. But
I don't know, man. It was.
that wasn't nice to do because him after waiting all this time, then shit like that happens.
Yeah.
I mean, a prank is a prank, but damn, not like that.
Yeah.
Poor guy.
Yeah. But you know what, man? I think the Browns did very much stupid decisions in this draft. Again, I don't agree with them taking another quarterback, even though you guys picked the quarterback with your third round pick. Shador could have went to a better situation, but I hope he does make does. I hope he does make the best out of whatever he's
But
given.
but look at so many rounds, all 32 teams,
Yeah,
so many rounds, and nobody won it
yeah,
until the end, almost towards the end.
yeah.
I go, why did you talk to this guy? Why did you even talk to him and tell him? It's just like Scatterbook. Look at Scatterbook, where he went to the Giants. Then he talked to San Francisco.
Yeah.
Yeah, see?
Yeah. Well,
That would have been a good choice.
but huge
But
shit sound like.
Jews decided to stay.
Yeah.
So
We don't need them.
yeah, no, we don't need
We don't need 'em. But yeah, no, that was pretty much all the news that came out and everything. That was the headlining thing with that.
them. Yeah, but
Um,
otherwise it was a good draft though.
yeah, no, it
It
was.
was a good draft.
But no, like it was a good draft and everything like that. And again, I hope Shador proves everybody wrong and he does do good in the NFL because I think he does have the talent and the skills to do that,
And his brother.
and his brother too because
Yeah,
they both have the skills to
and
do that.
Hunter.
Yeah.
I mean, I think Hunter's gonna do good anyways.
Oh yeah, hell
You
yeah.
know.
He's an athlete. He's
Yeah,
really is an athlete. And
he is.
he does do good.
Well, all three of them are.
Yeah.
You know. Too bad that Shador has to go through that and Shallow had to go.
Yeah.
You
It's just on the Hunter's case, just use them sparingly, use them like smart.
but everybody that we thought that was gonna get drafted in the first round did. All the players
Yeah.
like Genty, Ward.
Yeah.
And all
Well, those are the for sure
that.
locked
Yeah,
wins.
they were the for sure lockdown.
Yeah.
Well, T Mac was number 17, 15.
He jumped up.
Oh my God, big
Yeah.
time. He jumped up big time.
His combine and his interviews went well. That's
Yeah,
why.
yeah,
And again, he was the best receiver on the board.
yeah. He was.
Receiver,
Yeah,
one possession,
one position,
not two.
not two.
One. He was the
Yeah.
best off the board.
And actually, he did good in receiving, and he didn't win no award.
Yeah. He was the third. He was the third guy.
But
Or
that's
he was the
okay. He'll
second.
do good anyway.
Oh yeah. And then again, he has a quarterback just like Fafita.
Yeah.
So
I hope U of A does good
it's
this
just
year,
gel
though.
well. Yeah. Yeah.
I hope they do.
But
I'm
that's
getting tired of waiting.
I know, huh?
Yeah.
But that's pretty much all we have today on that. Pretty much all we have on the NFL news.
Yeah, that's
The draft and all that, which was very
and wrestling
uh,
and
wrestling
wrestling,
and all that.
and of course there's NBA. There's the playoffs, so
Yeah.
they're all doing good. All the teams are doing good, except what I don't like is they just after a couple of games they play, then they get fed up with each other.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what happens in NBA games. They go 7, right? The best of 7, so that's 4. You got to win 4 games, and by that time happens, you're already fed up with them. You're fed up of playing with them,
Yeah.
and that's why they all start pushing each other and all this bunch of stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty interesting.
Then the USFL, but I ain't paying too much attention to that.
I haven't seen that.
I don't even know what's what week they are.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, something like that.
I don't know. I don't know, but then there's the Arena Football League, but we don't really pay.
Yeah.
Sugar Skulls don't really do anything.
Yeah.
But otherwise, that's all there is, huh? That's all there is.
Oh, there is with NFL with
And baseball.
yeah.
But baseball is so the freaking like it's like football, 3 hours. But football is more interesting than baseball. I haven't watched not even one game. I think just the beginning and that's it.
Yeah.
But because they blocked out my Arizona Diamondback game. All of them, dude. I can't even watch them. I'm like, what the hell?
What happened?
Yeah, I'm gonna have to see how much is that Major League channel. I found the Big 12 channel on Tubi. They got the Big 12 channel.
The Big 12.
For you, okay?
Oh yeah, Big 12. Yeah. Big 12. You know what? I heard Pac-12.
No, Big 12.
I heard Pac-12.
No, Pac-12's not even under no more.
I know. This is not a freaking thing.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, but that's good that they have.
Oh.
No, but that's pretty much it, guys. That's pretty much all we have today. With NFL news, WWE wrestling, all that jazz and all that. I hope you guys enjoy the video. Remember to like, comment, subscribe. I hope you guys enjoy every single thing that we're putting out there. Especially the WrestleMania content that I really much was slacking on putting out because that was a long thing to do. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoy this video. Remember to like, comment, subscribe, share with family and friends, and we'll catch you guys in the
Man,
next
that's
video.
fast, dude. That's super fast. Like that. How good evening.
Yeah, I'm sorry, guys.
Have a good Sunday. Good evening.
I'm really going through it right now. So
Yeah, he's sick.
yeah. We'll catch you guys in the next
All right.
video.
Have a good night.